want us to talk about this thing. Conflict resolutions. When is enough enough? In any relationship, there's bound to be conflict. Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I want to invite you once again that we may talk about opportunity. Opportunity. Somebody said opportunity knocked. My doorman drew him out. We've said in this forum that there are four things that don't come back. It doesn't hurt repeating them. Number one, the spoken word. Once you've spoken a word, it cannot come back. The other thing is the sped arrow. If you set an arrow, it cannot come back. The third one is past life. Yesterday is gone. You cannot do anything about it. And the fourth one is opportunity. It's a philosopher being asked what was the first thing necessary to win the love of a woman. He answered, opportunity. Because, my friend, you need opportunity in life to accomplish your goal. Ability is nothing without opportunity. You may be able to do so many things in your life, but until you're given that opportunity, your ability will be stuck with you. You see, you may have money, you may have strategy, you may have the right words, but if you don't have opportunity, you ain't gonna go anywhere. So I want to encourage all of us right now to look around and see the opportunity and don't squander them, because the opportunities that you may despise, neglect, overlook at your own detriment. So look around. Don't see the impossibilities. Don't look at the hardship around that opportunity. Don't lose that opportunity. It could be connections. It could be people you know. It could be things that you have right now that you take for granted. Please. Boys and girls, and you wish that you were young again. That innocence, when they ran to you and called you daddy, yeah? When they got surprised, excited when you took them out for ice cream, or even when you brought some gifts, when all they knew was you. Seize that opportunity and make the best of it. They may not be the best kids out there. This spouse may not be the best out there. This friend may not be the best out there, with the disappointments here and there. But please, don't let go the opportunities that you have in your life. I know we read this story about King David and how he conquered the king, the Goliath that Israel feared. Goliath was mighty. He was strong. Nobody could withstand him. But there are some things that we don't read a lot. It's in the scripture. You see, when David heard about this guy, he abandoned the flock, the sheep. He was a young boy. He kind of found his way through the crowd and heard what was being offered to anybody who would kill Goliath. You go read the scripture. But there was a summary of 3 things that anyone who would kill Goliath would get. Something that motivated David to fight much as he had the faith that God would conquer. It was said that whoever would kill Goliath would receive great riches, would get a lot of riches from the king. Number 2, if you conquered or if you killed Goliath, you'll get to marry the king's daughter. Number 3, if you conquered or killed Goliath, you'll be granted a lifetime tax exemption. Did you hear those things? It's in the scripture. And David, in the midst, when he was in the crowd, he asked a man who was standing next to him, "What shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and takes away the reproach, the embarrassment from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" You know, he was told what had been promised. You see, once he realized the opportunity to get the 3 gifts, you know, for David, he began to shift his focus of Goliath onto the opportunities. You see, my friend, this is what happens. If you see an obstacle in your life, don't look at the size. Look at the opportunity. For David, he looked at Goliath and he was like, how can I miss such a huge guy once I throw my stones? He shifted from the enemy to the opportunity that he knew. Can you think of being in the shoes of this young man? I'm going to be rich. I'm going to marry the king's daughter, and no tax for my lifetime. These were motivations. But let me tell you also, when you have opportunities, there will be distractors. There are people who are going to discourage you. People will always look you down and wonder, what are you doing out there? You're not getting the maximum of what you're supposed to get. And the minute you listen to those distractions, you'll miss the point. Do you know Eliab, David's eldest brother? He heard him asking the man what one would get if you killed Goliath. And he burned with anger at him and asked, "Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. You came down only to watch the battle." His younger brother was the one who's going to do the battle. And David, like any other sibling, said, "Can't I even speak?" And he turned away to someone else and brought up the same matter. And the man answered him as before, what would be given to the one who kills this Goliath? And therefore, David went to Saul, the king, and said, your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. And when a lion or a bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it and struck it and rescued the sheep from its mouth. And when it turned on me, I seized it by its hair and struck it and killed it. He said, your servant has killed both the lion and the bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the armies of the living God. And the Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from this Philistine. So I'm asking for permission to confront this guy. You know the story. He took the stone, one shot, the enemy was down. The Bible doesn't tell us how he went to pursue those opportunities, the gifts that were promised. Let's leave David alone. You can read the scripture at your time. Do you see difficulties in opportunities? A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Somebody one day asked God to give him courage, and God gave him danger to overcome. Somebody asked for love, and God gave him troubled people to help. He asked for favors, but he was given opportunities. You know, some of us want to get rich, we want to get all those favors, but hey, open your eyes and see the opportunities that are there. Somebody said these words, the ladder of success is best climbed by stepping on the rungs of opportunities, my friend. Once again, I want to challenge you to look aloud and see what opportunities you have. Let us impress upon our minds the importance of seeing and seizing the many opportunities that come our way. In the inspired words of Apostle Paul, he says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. In other words, let us waste no time, but seize the opportunities that we find in our life. And I ask you this moment, what opportunities do you have in your life? Every day of our life, my friend, we have opportunity to be a blessing to someone else in need. There are many of us who go through storms of life. They lose their dear ones. It's an opportunity to give a blessing. All these opportunities around us. We should not wait until someone dies to express how we feel about them. Seize the opportunity and thank them when they can still hear. How many of us feel so bad when people are not in our lives anymore? You know, some of people are given for a reason and for a time, and once they are gone, they are gone. How many of us have lost parents, brothers and sisters, and you just wish you had done this one thing? We live in regrets, and we wish that yesterday would come back, 10 years would come back, so that we can do what we were supposed to do. But you know, my friend, once an opportunity is gone, is gone. So when you still have that thought, act on it. Do what you gotta do. Because an opportunity gone is gone, my friend. Let us give roses while they still live. Don't go buying these expensive roses to put on that coffin. Don't go looking for the best dress to dress a dead person. Much as you'll appreciate your giftings, seize the opportunity and do what you gotta do. My friend, seize the opportunity also to save for tomorrow, because tomorrow is dependent on what you do today. Mend fences. If there are people that you don't talk to, swallow the pride. Call them. Mend fences. Be at peace with everybody. My friend, opportunities come and go. Instead of regretting on opportunities you've lost, you have certain opportunity right now as I speak to you. You just need to close your eyes, meditate, and think through. You have somebody of influence in your life. They're in a position to connect you, to counsel you, to go and seek wisdom from them. Go for it when you still have the time. Have you not heard people saying, I wish you came to me a year ago when I was in this position, when I had the money, when I knew somebody, when I was in the leadership, when I could connect. My friend, somebody has said, if you are offered a seat on a rocket ship, don't ask what seat to sit on. Just get on it. Because you might be left out there negotiating and wondering what seat you're gonna sit on. Just get in the ship and find your position there. I'm not perfect. I've lost opportunities. There are things I look back and I said, I missed that. But do I sit there and whine? No, because yes, opportunities may have escaped me, but there are still others. We just need to open our eyes and see the opportunities that we have. Serve God, your maker. Serve your neighbor. Do what your mind tell you right now, especially if it's going to enhance and build one another. Don't carry grudge on anybody. Forgive without demanding an apology from the person who has offended you. Take the opportunity of paying evil with good, because you become free. I'll finish with a story. Interesting story. It's not a good story, but I hope you get a lesson about it. A young soldier and his commanding officer got on a train together. And when they got, the only available seats were across from an attractive young woman. So the soldier was here, the captain, the boss was here, and a young woman who was traveling with her grandmother sat on the opposite. As they engaged in pleasant conversation, of course, you know, young people, the soldier, the young woman, kept eyeing one another, looking at each other. And of course, the attraction was obviously mutual. And suddenly the train went into what we call a pitch black. where nobody could see each other. Immediately, there were two sounds. The smack of a kiss and the whack of a slap across the face. Did you hear me well? There was a kiss, but there was a slap. There were 4 people. Grandma thought and said, I can't believe he kissed my granddaughter, but I'm glad she gave him the slap he deserved. Grandma thought the young man had kissed the girl, but the girl had slapped him. The commanding officer, who was seated to this young man, thought, I don't blame the boy for kissing the girl, but it's a shame that she missed his face and hit me instead. And the young girl thought, I'm glad he kissed me, but I wish my grandmother had not slapped him for doing it. Now listen to this. As the train broke into the sunlight, the soldier could not hide or wipe the smile from his face. He had just seized the opportunity to kiss the pretty girl and slapped his commanding officer. And he had gotten away with both things. He must have had a grudge with the officer for a long time. You see, the time when the train went pitch black, it was a very short time. The boy had to do what the boy had to do. And everyone else had their interpretation. I don't know what is available to you right now. I don't know what you see around you, my friend. I don't know what opportunities you see in your working situation to serve God. In your family, the things you know you need to do, but you are having distractions like David had from his elder brother. Don't let the day end without making up, settling score. In other words, solving issues and seizing every opportunity that comes your way. Because today's opportunities are not tomorrow's opportunity. Once again, remember, opportunity is one of the 4 things I mentioned that will never come back. It is just like yesterday that will not come back. It's just like a spoken word that will not come back. It's just like a sped arrow that will not come back. Seize the opportunity and use the opportunity when you still have it. God bless you. See you next time.